Chapter 11. I will be right back. Cadmar left her side and grabbed a shirt on the way to the door. What are you doing? Melita followed him as she tried to see around him. Trying to make sure no one can come in. He stepped back and showed her he had tied the door handles together. Think that will hold? Why did you do that? You've been told we can't be intimate. She inspected the knot. It's good, though. I may not be able to do all yet, but it doesn't mean we can't sleep completely naked with no fear of anyone else seeing us. The interruptions are getting tiresome. The sly smile crept over his face again. Now, my lovely wife, off with your nightwear. As long as you take off your clothes. Melita pulled the lacy concoction over her head as she watched him do that. He stood naked in front of her and drew her close. You know, it's a funny thing. Raheel was very specific about what I can't do, which leaves a lot of room for what I can. Oh, I don't want you to get hurt. She looked up at him as he walked her backward. I won't get hurt. Sit. Cadmar pushed on her shoulder gently. What are you planning? You can't even lay on me without pain. She looked at him curiously as he got on his knees in front of her. I'm not planning on using any muscles that got injured. Cadmar gave her another grin. But you have to be a good girl and be quiet. Quiet? About what? Her heart was pounding, and her stomach was dancing at the look of his face. Instead of answering, he kissed her and let his hands run over her body. Some time after, she realized he had climbed onto the bed beside her and was stroking her hair. Cadmar kissed her cheek and moved closer. From your reactions, it seems that was the first time you felt that way. I have mixed feelings over that. It was. Thank you. She let herself explore his body, his warmth an island in a sea of emotions. I'm very proud and happy that I am the only person who has ever seen you like this, not to mention the only person who made you feel like this. I'm unhappy that you were subjected to a selfish lover. He nuzzled her neck and laid a kiss on it. I can give you pleasure, too. She ran her hand down his chest and stomach till she found what she was seeking. That's why I need to make sure I bring you pleasure, other than the fact that my feelings for you would not allow me to do any less. He placed his hand over hers and stilled her movements. You don't have to do things you do not want to do. My pleasure isn't the only important thing in this bed. My worry is that I will hurt you. I like giving pleasure. She kissed him, and he returned her kiss with enthusiasm. What did the doctor ban? He said no intercourse, so I think as long as I don't do anything that would reopen wounds or put pressure on anything broken, I will be all right. If anything hurts, I will stop. That means I still have a lot of options for pleasing you. She gave him a fond smile. Is that how you avoided having a lot of children? Tell me what you like. Her hand was touching him all over, testing to see what made him react. That's part of it. And I never finished inside them after what happened with my first lover. He gave her a wan smile. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. She kissed him and lingered to taste him. She was a widow, taught me almost everything I know. Although she didn't want marriage, we had fun. However, even though she was taking the herbs to prevent it, She became pregnant. She died in childbirth, same as my mother. When I realized how dangerous it was and how little I trusted some of my partners, it was easier to avoid that being a possibility. I also didn't stay with anyone too long. That feels good. He looked at her through half-lidded eyes. What about now? I know you didn't want your own children, but if we are together regularly, that could happen. She kissed the areas of his chest that weren't covered in bruises, his soft skin and hard muscles a delight for her senses. I will leave that decision to you, though I worry about your health. If you want a child with me, I will love them. If you don't, you can take the herbs and we will be careful. Oh. His breath hissed out as she continued to touch him. Something to discuss over this time you're not allowed to partake in such activities. She explored more of his body with her lips, and his surprised noise encouraged her. Is this all right? Too much so. He stroked her cheek and looked at her seriously. You're making my heart ache. Melita sat up. Am I disappointing you? I'm sorry. I can learn better. I know I'm not good at making people feel loved, but I'll try. Tears sprang up unbidden to her eyes, and she turned her face so he wouldn't see them. The bed shifted under her, and she heard him moving around the room. Her tears fell harder as she tried to dash them away. She scooted to the side and looked for her nightgown as she tried to keep him from being bothered. Where are you going? Cadmar sat next to her and tilted her chin up. Gently, he started wiping her tears away. These pretty eyes should never cry sad tears again. If you're going to keep crying, I'll have to kiss you. She hiccuped as she tried to figure out what he was doing. You caught me. I'd kiss you no matter what. He smiled as he laid a soft kiss on her lips, then continued wiping her face. I don't understand how you can be so beautiful no matter what you're doing. For example, I thought you were at your most beautiful when you smile. And then I saw you frowning in concentration, then beating those poor sods in that tent, shivering in pleasure a few minutes ago. And now this. Although I must say, sad is my least favorite look. Good. Your tears have died down. I don't understand. Her eyes were fixed on him as her mind raced. Obviously not, which I find both exasperating and adorable. Here, look at this. He got up, then placed a chest on the bed next to her. Go on, open it. She opened the lid slowly, and her eyes widened when she saw the contents. How did you get this? Why do you have it? Melita picked up a badly embroidered handkerchief. You have a way of making everyone around you feel how much you care about them. Everyone in this castle knows and has felt it. Even I felt it from the very beginning, as evidenced from the way you behaved when we got married. So I failed by not making you feel more important than the others? She looked at the chest and wondered what else was in there and why he had it. Would I be punished if I went into Colomore and dug up some bodies? What? He was confusing her more by the second, but she couldn't keep her eyes off the object in her hand. Never mind, I said that. You didn't fail at all. I have this as proof. I realized how I felt about you at the same time you did. Even cut my trip short so I could come home and start courting you. The first thing I did was to buy out the local tea merchant supply, invade the kitchen, and try to start learning how you like it. It didn't go well at first. Unfortunately, I don't have proof of that like I have of your gesture, other than the fact I finally have it right. Oh, and this scar. He showed her a small white mark on the back of his hand, then kissed her. I had wondered why you did that and why we started getting Sasso's dishes as well. I hired the chef to teach me, but I never fully learned. You, on the other hand, kept working. He picked up her hands and kissed the tips of her fingers. I found this one day in the hallway outside of your room. At first I thought one of the girls had been practicing, but I saw your fingers that night at dinner. When I asked one of the maids, she told me you had been trying to learn how to sew. When I looked at this again, I realized you were learning for my benefit, since it looks like my crest. Am I wrong in that? You're not wrong. I wanted to make sure you had the traditional gifts, but I made such a mess of it. At least it helped in being able to stitch you up. I would have been jealous if someone else had touched your leg like that. She could feel her cheeks turning red. He hugged her suddenly as he smiled. That makes me happy. I was jealous when you treated the other soldier in front of me. As far as your gift, I wanted to run around the castle with a huge smile on my face and tell everyone that my wife was doing that for me. Haven't you realized I carry what you made me, not the ones you purchased? It isn't because you feel obligated? Hell no. It's because I'm a lucky man. I have an amazing wife that makes me feel 10 feet tall. Well, I may not have known you felt about how you felt about me romantically. I did know you cared for me in your own way, and that your kindness towards me wasn't the same as what you showed to everyone else. This box has a lot of reminders of that, and of you. Melita looked into the box and her eyes teared up again as she recognized the various items. You are very romantic. I'm very lucky. It wouldn't occur to me to do something like this. Maybe not as neatly organized, but I know you do have keepsakes. I've seen how carefully you wrapped the ribbon that bound us during our wedding, as well as other things. He gave her that devastating grin that always made her heart race. Now, about why you started crying earlier. The reason I said it was making my heart ache is that it was further evidence that you haven't had much done for you. Wait, how did you know about the ribbon? He blushed and rubbed the side of his face. I was trying to figure out what I could get you that would make you happy. There are some surprises hidden for you in your old room as well. Old room? She raised an eyebrow and was delighted when his blush deepened. We wasted so much time, and you feel so good to sleep next to, that I want you to move into this room, unless you prefer the other one. I want us to sleep together every night. Want you get dressed in the morning and ready at night. He gestured around the room. This should be our sanctuary from the world. I would like that a lot. The thought of it was enough to make her smile. You changed the subject on me. Don't think I didn't notice. He cradled her face gently. It is very obvious that you were taught how to please a man, and that you had lots of practice. I know you had never finished before, but had you felt any pleasure? You reacted like you hadn't been really touched. Most of the time it just hurt. Rill never really touched me other than to do what was needed. I would feel something once in a while, but nothing like what you did for me. Cadmar kissed her over and over until she was dizzy. That's why my heart broke. It's only a glimpse of a larger problem. All your life, was about making others happy and accepting only the minimum for yourself. You are a queen, yet you were treated as a maid. I like making others happy. It makes me happy, just like it gives me pleasure to please others. She rested her hands on his. I hope you allow me to give that to you. Of course I will. I'd be insane not to, and I will do the same for you. But, my dear wife, you have to know that things have changed since you lived in Colomore. Not only do you have more freedom, but the fact that you fought beside me has opened a lot of eyes. I heard from Rahil that you are considered the true hero of the battle, and people will react to you because of that. I'm not the hero, you are. The way you fought and protected everyone. I was distracted from trying not to swoon over you. She smiled as she remembered how he looked fighting off the soldiers, clad only in his leggings and bandages. They love you because you sided with us against the country of your birth. You don't fight like we do, and you plan to sacrifice yourself for all of us. You have to accept that not only do you have equality here, you have the respect you should have gotten previously. His fingers slid slowly down her neck. You are my equal in all aspects, and that includes receiving pleasure. The next few days will be a lot of fun as I give you all the joy that has been denied you. You don't have to make up for my past. I don't want you getting hurt either. She kissed him as she shuddered from his caresses. It won't hurt me. Consider this. By the time I'm allowed to make love to you, I'll have you in such a state of bliss that we will think we went to heaven when we experience it together. He removed the box from the bed, then sat down with his back to the headboard. See, I'm incredibly selfish. Now, sit here with your back to me. She did as he asked, and he kissed her thoroughly. Thank you. It is I who should be thanked for allowing me the privilege of touching you. I don't think I have ever had such a marvelous experience as today. He kissed the top of her head. You're exaggerating. I would never lie to you, sweetheart. You're too intelligent for that. We should undo the knot at the door, then sleep. I'm sure they will be coming with food in a few hours, and much as I hate to stop, I'm not sure how far I'm allowed to go, and I'm already feeling the effects of the tonic for pain. Just so you know, this has been the best experience of my life so far. I can't wait till we can do it all. That was exciting. She kissed him over and over. I'll get the door. You stay put. He dropped another kiss on her, then removed his shirt from the door and walked back to the bed. Too bad we have to give them access. Indeed. It seems like they'll just wander in as they please since we're injured. She put the pillows back and gestured to the bed. It's ready. I will have to make sure I keep you close so no one sees you. He climbed on the bed and molded himself around her. Same. Otherwise I'll get jealous. That makes me happy. Sleep now, my life. They drifted off in contentment and spent their slumber tangled up in each other.